Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. I'm so excited that you're joining us. Now, if you are watching the replay, I want to say welcome. We're so glad that you're still able to capture all the goodness of this September makeup workshop. My name is Rachel Bond. I'm your host today, and I am so excited to have you as part of our Pumpkin Spice Latte themed workshop. And so a workshop means that you have product with you and we're going to play. And my hope and goal is to teach you techniques and bring you value as you are playing with makeup. Isn't that so much fun? So tell me in the comments who invited you. For those that are watching live, if you're catching the replay, you can still comment too. And we would love for you to tag your beauty consultant if you're tuning in on Facebook or even just in our YouTube comments. Please feel free to engage. We can still see those. And I'm just so excited. So happy Sunday. Happy official fall. We hit fall this last week. So much fun. So I want to be sure as you're popping on that you've got all of your supplies. So that's going to include 3 eyeshadows, 1 blush, 2 lippies, and potentially a mascara sample, or snag whatever mascara you've got on hand. I really want to encourage you to grab whatever makeup brushes you have, Mary Kate or not, that will make a world of a difference. I know that your sample pack does come with little sponge applicators. Simply for those who have 0 makeup tools, but please grab whatever cosmetic brushes you have. And of course, you're going to need a mirror too. And if you're watching on your phone or your mobile device, make sure you can be hands-free, because the workshop is we're going to create a pumpkin spice look together. So you probably received one of these cutie little sample packs of some of these products from your beauty consultant. But if by chance you are someone who has snagged the most beautiful palette of all of life, which is our Warm Hues palette, I want you to know that I can still help you create this pumpkin spice feel with this palette. This isn't something that we were able to ship in terms of samples, but oh my word, you want this beauty in your life. And it has not yet sold out. Lucky for you. And so for those that are going to follow along with your Warm Hues palette, the shades that you're going to reference are going to be this bottom dark brown, this middle top bronze, and then this light. And you may even tap into some of these others, because this palette conveniently is tailored to that warm, burnt orange pumpkin-y theme. Okay, so you'll see that as well. And I just want you to take the liberty, whatever shadows you're working with, as long as you have a dark one, a middle shade, and a light one, you can learn the techniques. But of course, I'm going to be working with the samples that were provided specifically to create the pumpkin spice latte look. So I did already do some prep steps, and I'm going to jump right in. I have done my under eye corrector, I've done my foundation, and of course my eye primer. Under eye corrector is God's gift to my purple blue under eyes. It completely erases them, and you can see they are no more. And so it is a magic wand in that sense. Use whatever base of coverage that you want. A CC cream, cream to powder. I'm wearing our 3D liquid foundation, which has anti-aging benefits in it. If you've not yet snagged a Mary Kay coverage and you're looking to be color matched, there's this really convenient quiz that your beauty consultant can send to you. And so she can take care of that for you as well. But I want to be sure that your face is prepped with some sort of coverage so far. So if you've not already done that in your bare naked face, as I'm still kind of going through some prep steps, go ahead and just apply your foundation. And then I am going to put on an eye primer. So I'm going to do that with you right now. But these are the shades that we're actually going to use today. And you can see there we go, on the left-hand side, how vibrant the shades are. That is where the primer was laid on my arm. And so our eye primer is really phenomenal. It's just this white cream type, and I'm just going to dab it on my lid and then carry it up onto the rest of my eye too. And so it will kind of dry to this, it'll be a little tacky, I should say, it won't dry to this white kind of see-through. So the primer is really going to just pull out the vibrancy, as you can see, of anything that we do on the eyes. And so it really is a key step. Ideally, if you've got it, use it now. Go ahead and pop that on. If not, you're going to see why you want that. Okay. And then your beauty tools. And so I am using all of our, not all, but many of our brushes today. And so I want to draw those out for you. Those of you who already have your essential brush kits, I'm going to be using the 3 shadow brushes from our essential brush kit, which gives you really a great starting place if you don't have any cosmetics on hand. I'm also going to be using our blending brush, our brow and liner brush on the liner side. Oh, I did already do my brows, obviously. And I'm also going to be using our all over brush when we get to our blush. All right, so those are the tools. We are allowing this primer to kind of get itself set, and we're going to be working out of a perfect palette. And I have prepped my perfect palette here with specifically the shades of the Pumpkin Spice Latte Look. And so you can see that I've got my espresso, my shiny penny, and my sandcastle right here. This is hard to do backwards and mirrored. I have my hot coral. Don't freak out. I mean, it is straight up the color that I'm wearing for you today, which I thought was only appropriate. And you can see that there's this whole other side of the perfect palette that's left wanting. And so if you wanted to completely fill your palette, my recommendation is you could pop a highlight right in there and our cutie little palette brush, and now you have a complete palette. And so that's what we're going to work off of today, these simple products in creating this look. All right, are you ready? We're gonna play. I'm so excited. Okay, so let me just pull this away and we're going to jump right in. And so we are going to start, if you haven't already, I want you to pull all of those plastic covers off of your samples that were provided for you. And I'm going to start using this really dense, what's called our smudger brush. All right. And we're going to start with our darkest shade espresso. So if you're someone who has shied away from dark shades, I'm going to show you how to use it. If you're using the Warm Hues palette, you're going to start with that dark center brown. Okay, so what we're going to do, keeping on the lid itself on this lower corner, is we are going to tap on some espresso. If you're using sponges, you're going to do your very best to emulate, replicate, there you go, what I'm doing here. So I'm really trying to be conscious to not let the shadow come below this invisible line that goes from the edge of my eye out to the brow. So I'm just tapping it here, and I'm not carrying it up quite yet, higher than my lid itself. So I'm going to build both eyes simultaneously to give you some time to do them as well. If you would prefer, and it's easier for you to follow along, just worry about one eye. And then when we're done with the workshop, you can go back and finish the other eye with what you just learned. So I look a little funny right now, almost like, what's that girl's name? Is it from the, no, it's not from the Addams Family. Frankenstein's wife that has like the big like cone head hair with the gray zigzag. Doesn't it? I don't know why these dots give me those vibes. Okay. So we've got espresso, which is a matte shade, and we've just tapped it right here. Pretty simple. All right. Now we're actually going to blend. Man, I can't stress enough, having the right tools when you are creating a shadow look makes a world of a difference. So this is our blending brush. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to, in tiny little soft circles, I'm going to soften this harsh little dot that I did. And then I'm also going to lightly pull that color into my crease. Now you see how I'm not going back and forth and back and forth? I am just carrying the brush here and then picking it up. And it's creating this really subtle little crease shadow because it's just pulling that dark espresso that I concentrated in the outside corner, and it's carrying it here. See that? So now I'm going to do the other side. So tiny little circles to soften, kind of pick up some of that product, and then carry it into the crease. So I would love to know if this is your first time trying our Chroma Fusion Mineral Makeup. These are highly pigmented, as you can tell. A little goes a long way, and therefore they will last you a good long while. And this is a life-proof formula, meaning it's going to take you to a 12-hour wear. Okay, so you see how it's very subtle. Now, if you feel like you weren't able to quite get enough, then what you can do is you can take this crease brush, and I'm going to slightly tap, like just one little tap with that, and then starting on the outside, I just dragged it in. You see how it defined it a little bit more? So one little tap, starting on that corner where I concentrated, and then I'm just dragging it there. From here, I'm going to soften it some more with my blending brush. Now, if you are working with the sponges, do your best. But as you can tell, it's not the ideal tool. So with this, we are getting that deep spice for our pumpkin spice latte look, that espresso spice with our deep brown. Now this on its own would be so beautiful if you just maybe added sandcastle to it, but the pumpkin element, I think, is what makes this such a fun look. Okay, so we're gonna soften a little bit more, but you should have like this nice little crease, little arch in your crease, yes? And some diffused espresso. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our smudger brush, our concentrated brush, and we are going to pick up Shiny Penny, this beautiful copper Shiny Penny. If you're working, see I'm just tapping here. If you're working off of the Warm Hues palette, this is where you're going to pull from the center bronze shade. Now what I'm going to do is on nearly the center of my eye, but more on the outside part of the lid, I'm going to tap this product on. Because I have my lid primed, that primer just picks it up beautifully. Now I'm not fully covering the dark espresso, but I'm overlapping it a little bit. And I'm going to just about the center of the eye. See that there? All right. Oh, here we go. I'm going to pick up some more Shiny Penny. I'm going to do the other side. Now, as you're doing this, I know that you're not really able to comment, but if you do happen to have questions, please put them there, and I will be sure to come back and personally answer those for you if they're not yet answered in the comments by a beauty consultant. Now, we're not going to do anything quite yet with this. What we're going to do, are you ready to be wild? We're going to pick up our hot coral blush. That's right. So what I want you to do is tap into your hot coral blush, take a breath, and we're going to tap it right onto that Shiny Penny. Are you seeing this gorgeous pumpkin-y hue that's coming together? Now, if you're working with the Warm Hues palette, you can do this with one of two shades. You can do this with the lighter burnt orange shade, or you can do it with that peach shade. I would personally do the burnt orange one. So you can see like this one right here, or this one here. They're just so gorgeous, so beautiful. But look what we've created here. You see that pop? Now we're going to diffuse. Okay, so I'm taking my blending brush and starting on the outside in little circles, I am kind of blending those shades together. So just blending them out. And then what I'm going to do, based off of how your blending went, and based off of the intensity of pumpkin that you're wanting, I'm just picking up a little bit of my hot coral, and I'm adding more as I want. Now don't clean your brush quite yet. So whatever hot coral you have left, we're going to pull it under the eye. And because there's still some on the brush or your applicator, you don't have to get more. This is a really subtle way to continue that warm orange of our pumpkin spice. And with the blending brush being so fluffy, it's a very diffused under eye liner. Woo, I'm loving it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is now I'm going to come back to my crease brush. Now, if you're using the sponges, you could use the top of the sponge, all right? And so I'm going to take a tiny little bit of Shiny Penny and I'm going to carry it onto the crease. Shiny Penny onto the crease. At this point, you really can just start to kind of customize these hues, and now I'm diffusing it. You can see based off of your preference on how you want this to look. There's so many options. In addition to that, you could even pick up a little bit of espresso, one little tap, and add a little bit more back into where we originally placed it to kind of intensify that shadow effect. Okay, ooh, I'm loving this. So now we are going to soften it just a little bit more using Sandcastle, this lightest shade right here, which you can tell I use all the time because mine is soon needing to be replaced, but I still have a lot of product. I'm using the all over brush from the Essential Brush collection, and from the center of the lid, I'm tapping it. Sorry, from the inside corner of the lid, I'm tapping it towards the center. This, for me, is near identical to my skin tone. If you're using the Warm Hues palette, you would use your light golden shimmer shade right here. So I'm just finishing the rest of the lid, but I wanted to keep it really light to allow that orange pumpkin-y hue to stand out. Are you seeing it? Are you loving it? All right, so at this point, I'm going to do the same thing with my blending brush with Sandcastle. And I'm going to go right under the brow and just lightly soften to my crease. This is going to keep focus on those really warm tones. And then at this point, blend as you feel you need to bring as much symmetry as you can to each eye. I think one of my favorite parts, though, about this particular look is carrying that hot coral under the eye. It's very subtle, but it makes the coral on the top pop even more. Would you agree? Okay, so at this point, we are going to mascara it up. Had I had more forethought, I would have come with a pumpkin spice latte to enjoy with you. So I would love to know, did anyone else think about that? Are you at your beauty consultant's house right now at a hub? And did she give you pumpkin spice latte? If not, go out afterwards with your cute pumpkin spice look and go get you some pumpkin spice lattes. Okay, so what I'm featuring for you today and what you may have received as a sample from your beauty consultant is our Ultimate Mascara. I love this. This has been my absolute favorite staple mascara since I started my Mary Kay business almost 10 years ago. It gives you volume and I just love it. But we do have, as you can see, like a really amazing selection of mascara. So don't get hung up too much on that, but most of our mascaras include vitamin E. All right, so do you ever get this with your mascara, this product that comes out? Don't scrape it on the tube. What I want you to do is hold your wand directly towards your lashes and pick up that product. Don't let it go to waste. And then you're going to comb through the product from there. Now I'm going to give you a quick bonus. If you want to intensify this more, if you are used to having lined eyes, before you do your next mascara eye, I'm going to show you the difference between having a liner and not, and we're actually going to use your product. Did you know that any of our shadows can be transformed into a liner? Yeah, fun fact. So I'm going to show you here in a second. All right, so I've got the top right there, and then I'm just going to lightly tap the bottom lashes. You never want to pump your tube of mascara. It'll dry out faster that way. So whenever possible, try to just twist the wand inside. And now that beautiful hot coral underneath is even more visible. Ooh, I love it. All right, so let's get fancy here and do liner on the other eye. Now, I'm doing this using the liner side of our brow and liner brush, and I have an extra little prop here. This is bonus, so you can just learn this and try this later. I am just dipping, this has water in it, I'm dipping the tip of my liner brush into the water, and I am just going to tap it in espresso. You can't see it, but you'll see. All right, so then here, I'm going to turn that into my liner. So if you really prefer the look of liner, this is going to carry your whole pumpkin spice look by keeping with that espresso shade. And then just thicken to your preference. But do you see how fine of a line it's creating? I love it. It's a whole new level of intensity. I wouldn't, for this look, recommend doing it on the bottom. Keep that really pretty hot coral there. But there you go. Now I'm going to mascara it. Ooh, tell me if you decided to try the liner effect. You could go back and do it on the other eye, but I really would love for you to see the difference before you do that. It's subtle, but it's a fun way to add a little bit more drama. I really love it. I usually prefer black liner, but with this look, the espresso is so appropriate. Okay, so we are almost done. And I'd love to know how your looks are coming along. So tell us in the comments how you're loving it. Did you know I was going to make you put blush on your eyes? Have you ever done that before? Tell me. I really love expanding our color options by pulling blush into the eyes. And speaking of blush, we are going to apply that now. Now you're going to see, especially with a vibrant shade like hot coral, a little goes a long way, okay? First off, look at the difference. Liner, no liner. Subtle. Tell me which one you prefer. All right. Taking our all over brush, which you could also use the cheek brush. I'm choosing this particular brush for the reason that it is such a vibrant shade and I want it to be very subtle and not aggressive. So I'm just going to pick it up there. And then I tapped it and then I'm pulling it up here. I'm going to keep it really light, but this subtle hint of the hot coral is also going to further bring out the coral in the eye. Look at that. No blush, blush. Whenever I see someone on the streets, not like I'm walking the streets, but whenever I see someone in public that doesn't have blush and they're just foundation face, that's fine. But sometimes I just want to be like, put your blush on. Did you know that when you apply blush, people will perceive you as more youthful? Isn't that what we would all love? Yes, it is. All right. So, and you always want to keep 2 fingers from the nose with your blush. So to your preference, if you don't have a brush at all and you're like, I want to see what this looks like, you could cautiously use the cotton ball, but ooh, don't swipe that product and put it right on. Tap it and then blend it up because you'll really pick up the vibrancy of the shade if you do that. From here, you can add a little highlight. So I popped highlight into that palette as you saw before. Right above your blush. I love to do a little dewy on the nose. And then sometimes even above the brow. Oh my gosh. Are you loving your pumpkin spice look right now? I am. All right, so we are almost done, but this look is not complete without lips. And this shade was so perfectly created for our workshop, Downtown Brown. It's our newest, I should say, returning shade, backed by popular demand in our Gel Semi-Shine line. So you're going to open up your lippy and you have a little applicator, but don't put it all on your lips. I'm still going to teach you some fun new things. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to line my lips with the Downtown Brown. If you have the applicator, it's going to be very concentrated. So just know you don't have to pull a ton of the product for this color to show, okay? So starting on the bottom, see how I'm lining? And this is a very bronzy brown. So pretty. Now I'm going to pull a little bit more in just on the side, but keep this center empty. Now I did prep my lips with satin lips and lip balm. And ideally, lip primer, but I didn't today. All right. See how this looks a little funny? Leave it. All right. We're going to do the same and try to keep it very much lining the lips here. See that? I want to know if you normally would never put a brown lipstick on and what you're thinking right now as you do. We're expanding your horizons today. Okay. Oh, the shimmer of it. So pretty. Don't dab your lips. Don't pass go. Okay, so I think it's important to, on the bottom, pull it in a little bit like I've done here on the outside, but keep that center the way it is. This is going to give you a beautiful, pouty. Now we're going to open and pull our beach bronze. A slightly darker shade of this is called Copper Aura. Beautiful as well, but I wanted to go lighter because Downtown Brown is already dark. Starting at the center of your bottom lip, there you are. And now the top in the center. Now you can do that. Now, if you want, you can use this applicator to soften the transition between the gloss and the lipstick. I love pairing these together because the lipstick already has a slight shimmer and a slight shine. So you don't technically have to carry the gloss on the whole lip. Is that a bizarre concept to you? So what we're doing is we're allowing this beach bronze to really have its own showcase. And because we went a little bit darker on the eyes, you wouldn't want to necessarily do a dark lip with a dark eye. You kind of want to give a balance. Typically, a really heavy lip might pair best with a lighter eye. A heavier eye would pair best with a lighter lip. We're kind of doing a mix of a medium and a medium, okay? So I want to know how you're feeling about your Pumpkin Spice Latte look. I am obsessed with this look. Maybe there's a reason why I picked it for you, but we are going to wrap up our time together. And one last finish, if you really want this look to last and stay, is going to be our setting spray. Ask your beauty consultant for this graphic because there's all of these tips of what you can do with this little gem here. But this is like Hollywood quality grade. We literally partnered up with Skindinavia, which is a Hollywood makeup brand, to create this. So, all right. With mascara, lips, and everything on, it's like hairspray for the face, but you're not going to feel like stiff as if, you know, when you hairspray your face and you get it on your face, you're like, oh, no, not at all. That is going to set everything that I have. And so that is super key for you too. Listen, if you had fun today, know that this is a reoccurring thing. Once a month, your beauty consultants can give you access to our makeup workshop. And isn't it only appropriate that in October we bring you Halloween, I almost said holiday, Halloween makeup. And so join us next month, and you can comment below now, October workshop, and your beauty consultant can make sure that she gets you a kit to come back and take our Mary Kay makeup and transform it into Halloween makeup. And so Rachel Wall, sales director, is going to be hosting that. You can see how phenomenal she is at doing just that with these examples here. And so get your workshop kit from your beauty consultant for October, but we're not quite done yet. Here's what's exciting. Not only did I hope that you learned some cool things today and that you're feeling fall and fabulous, but there is still an opportunity for you to participate in this incredible makeup contest. And so just by doing this look today, you can still qualify. So I want you to get yourself in some good lighting, snap some pics, maybe send them to your beauty consultant if you need help to find the best one. And you are going to go enter our True Colors Makeover Contest. And so the details are right here. You're going to go to marykay.com/uniquely hue, get it? Uniquely hue contest. So screenshot this right now so that you don't forget or ask your beauty consultant. You're going to go here and you're going to submit your photo. And what it's asking you to do is just create a caption that says how and why this look represents you. And so I want you to channel your pumpkin spice vibes, come up with something spicy, warm, confident, whatever that is, but caption your photo and select your beauty consultant. It's very easy to do. If you're not sure exactly what state she's in, or if you need help with that, allow her to do that. But don't snooze on this opportunity. Why? Why is this such a big deal? Because you have the option, or the ability, I should say, to win $1,000 cash. Hold on, there's more, including a whole huge beauty box of Mary Kay's top products. Hold on, there's more, as well as an exclusive virtual makeover session with celebrity makeup artist. There are going to be 3 grand prize winners, but there's also going to be, I think it's like 10 honorable mention grand prize winners who only win $500. I mean, talk about a really great second place prize. Yes. In addition to a beauty box with Mary Kay. And so I am serious. Take your photo, go here right now, like right here. Okay. Go here right now. As soon as I'm done, do it and get entered and tell your beauty consultant, because here's the deal. If you win, she wins too. Okay. And so help each other out, but take your inspo for today, finish up any finishing touches that you need to for this look, get entered. But we are so excited that you joined us, and we're excited to have you back next month for our Halloween workshop. So please join us, come back. We hope that this was fun for you. It was so fun for me, and we'll see you soon. Bye. Fingers crossed that you win.